So AI can write every single one of your garden center's Facebook posts for the next month in about 3 minutes. And chances are they'll be pretty competent. They'll mention fall color, spring color. They'll remind people to water their containers. They'll probably include a bunch of flower emojis and tell customers to stop in and find the perfect plants to brighten your outdoor space. And that's exactly the problem. Because AI can write the same post for every other garden center in America. So, as competent generic content becomes free, basically the value of generic content is going to collapse. But the value that's never going to collapse is the value of your people, the value of your local knowledge, the value of knowing your buyer's taste, your relationships with customers, and the stories that have accumulated inside your business for the past 20, 30, or 40 years. And all of that is about to become much, much, much more important. Hi, I'm Rebecca McCusker, and here at McCusker's Marketing, we help independent garden centers, growers, nurseries, and other horticultural businesses understand what is changing in the market and turn that intelligence into actual customer growth. So if that sounds useful, subscribe. We talk about the forces changing horticulture, what those changes mean for independent businesses, and what you should actually do about it. So today I want to talk about AI, but this is not another video about whether you should use ChatGPT to write captions. We all know you can, but I have a more important question, because what happens to your garden center's identity when every single business suddenly has access to the same exact creative machine? Because AI is already erasing local artistry and local artists, not just from the internet, but from our towns. I can't tell you how many times I've seen an AI slop poster just walking around my town recently. And those posters in the past would have been designed by an actual artist. So now even local independent businesses all are starting to look the same. And that means what makes your business matter, what makes your business special, has never mattered more. So look, generic content is now a commodity. For years, garden centers have been told that they need to post consistently. That advice is not wrong. The thing is, it's created an enormous amount of content that exists primarily just to fill a calendar. Spring has sprung, fall into savings, add a pop of color to your patio. None of this content is offensive. It's fine. And some of it might even be useful. That's fine. But almost none of it could come only from you. And now AI can produce hundreds of those posts in seconds. And it might say something like, spring is in full bloom at insert garden center name here. Stop by today and discover beautiful plants that will add color and life to your outdoor space. Our friendly team is here to help. That sounds fine. It's grammatically correct. It's cheerful. It uses the right words, and it tells me absolutely nothing. It doesn't tell me where the garden center is, what it's known for, what came off the truck this morning, why your buyer would choose one variety over the other, whether the owner is obsessed with Japanese maples, whether the employee has grown tomatoes for 35 years, whether 3 generations of one family has been buying their Mother's Day baskets there. It doesn't tell me anything about you guys, does it? You could replace the logo on that post with the logo of 900 other garden centers, and nothing about it would need to change. So that's your test, because could this content belong to any other garden center? That's the test. Could this belong to any other garden center? If the answer is yes, rest assured it's not building your brand, and it's a waste of your time because the customers won't even remember it. And look, your garden center is not just a store, okay? Garden centers are strange, beautiful places. They sit at the intersection, of course, of commerce, nature, family memories, identity, and place. Yeah, you're selling plants, but I don't want to insult your intelligence by telling you you're not just selling plants. Because people come into your garden center because it feels therapeutic for them. And I don't mean that as like a cute little line. I mean that literally, because people come to your greenhouse when it's warm in February. They come because it smells like soil, makes them feel happy. The colors make them feel like spring is eventually going to come back. They might wander through your perennials after a tough day, bring their kids to see your koi pond or your greenhouse cat. Somebody remembers planting a tree they bought from you at their first house. These are emotional relationships that you have worked so hard to build over the years. You have created a business that lives inside the family memories of people in your community. So I need you to really think about what it means to replace the voice of your business with generic AI output. You're going to replace the way people hear from you online, the way they experience your personality, the way they experience your brand. And you're going to outsource it entirely to a machine. Why? The machine doesn't know your company. It doesn't know these people. It doesn't know your lived experience. You and your people do. And look, your business reflects the place where it lives. A great independent garden center is almost like a living ethnography of the community around you. And your climate, your soil, the architecture, even the wildlife, the culture, and the taste of the place where it operates. Every geographic community has its own horticultural identity. And every place even has its own definition of what a beautiful front porch looks like. So AI can repeat information about a USDA hortiness zone, and it can tell you the average temp in a zip code, but it does not know your community the way that you and your customers know it. Like, it doesn't know that customers in another town are suddenly asking for more native plants because a local garden club has been educating them. Norfolk, Virginia is a great example of this. I recently went there with my fam and I noticed this. Norfolk has this coastal, almost subtropical feeling in parts of the city. And crepe myrtles are everywhere. They aren't native to Virginia, they're native to Japan, but the climate is remarkably well suited to them. The Norfolk Botanical Garden says crepe myrtles now make up more than half of the street trees on city property. And they're the official tree of Norfolk. Now, that plant has become a part of the visual identity of the city. And the local plant palette also reflects the coastline, the beaches, the humidity, the generations of horticultural influence. And it creates this feeling that's very specific to the Norfolk, Hampton Roads area in Virginia. So a garden center operating there should not feel interchangeable with one in central Ohio. It should look and feel different based on everything. So why would we outsource our content marketing to an absolutely interchangeable machine that can spit out the same crap for the next 900 garden centers? So just think about that. And also, the real danger is not AI. I'm not anti-AI. AI is going to be extremely useful in horticulture. AI systems are already being developed to help identify diseases, pests, crop stress, in both greenhouse and field conditions. Over time, these tools are going to make scouting faster, help growers catch problems earlier. AI is also incredibly useful in marketing. I use AI all the time in our business, but here's the thing, you need to know how to use it. If you're trying to use AI in a marketing setting, you need a marketing expert operating the marionette puppet. But look, AI is a tool. It's not your source material. The source material should be your business, what you have personally built for the past forever, with a specific blend of your people, the personalities, your customers, photos of your beautiful plants, the expertise, the history. So it's not about not using AI. I'm saying don't let AI manufacture a fake version of your business because creating real content feels inconvenient and time consuming. This is how AI slop takes over. This is how you start losing the fundamental brand that has made people love your business for so long. AI slop, everybody knows it. Everybody knows how to identify AI slop. The photos are too polished and too empty. The captions become longer, but they don't say as much. The same phrases begin appearing over and over again. And a garden center with 40 years of history sounds exactly just like a drop shipping company created last Tuesday. The soul completely disappears. So your people are now a competitive advantage. Some garden centers still hesitate to put employees on camera because they think the video needs to be polished. I'm here to tell you it does not need to be polished. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. Even just a simple selfie style video or a phone video, if you just walking around your garden center and saying hi to your employees, or one of your employees are sharing what their favorite plant of the season is, keep it simple, keep it lighthearted, keep it fun, keep it true to who you guys are. Don't worry about getting it perfect. And trust me, your audience is going to love it because it's you. So, final thing I want to talk about today is how to use AI without losing the soul of your company. First, always collect the human material before you ask AI to do anything. Every week, capture maybe like one opinion from a staff member, one reason a customer selected a particular product or a buyer, maybe one story involving a customer, an employee, or a tradition inside the business. Don't make it a giant production. Just pull out your phone, record a 30-second conversation, ask your employee a good question. Some ideas might be like, what are customers getting wrong about tomatoes right now? What came in this week that you're excited about? What are you refusing to plant in your own yard and why? Now you have something that AI can't just invent. It's a real point of view from you. AI can help you shape it and distribute it, maybe clean up the transcript or suggest a couple hooks for you, turn it into an email paragraph or a caption, but don't let it erase your personality and your people who gave you the information in the first place, who built the company in the first place, who have spent the past 50 years creating a brand identity. Do not let that 50 years of brand identity get wiped out by a single stroke of the keys. I've seen this happen, and it's very painful when it happens. I have seen garden centers that have been around for generations who now are taking themselves out of the running in their local market in a way, because they used to be professional and conscientious about their marketing and brand. And all of a sudden, overnight, their whole customer-facing side of their business is all just AI slop. I will leave you with one more note. The businesses that win will become more human, not less. As AI becomes better and faster and cheaper, the businesses that will win will not be the ones that just produce the most content. They'll be the ones with the clearest identity, who double down on their brand and on their people, who understand the market they serve, the people they serve, and who still tap into those generations of knowledge that they've amassed, those customer relationships and community. These are not old-fashioned liabilities. They're enormously valuable assets. So AI is going to make it obvious which businesses are not being competent in their marketing. AI is going to make it really easy to see they've just outsourced their entire personality to a bot. It's also going to make it easier for competent businesses to all look exactly the same. So you have been warned. Your opportunity here is to become unmistakably you. So use AI, use it to save time, use it to organize information, but don't use it to replace your brand, the faces behind your company, the voices of the garden center that your customers love. You're not going to lose your competitive advantage simply because AI exists. You'll lose it if you use AI to sand away everything interesting about you. So don't lose your soul. So I would love to hear your answer to this. What's something about your garden center that AI could never replace or manufacture? Is it a certain person, a tradition, a particular area of expertise, the relationship you have with your community? Tell me in the comments. And if you want to hear more about what's changing in horticulture and how independent businesses can respond in this changing market, like this video, subscribe to our channel, send this to another garden center owner who needs to hear it, because your people are not the part of the business that AI makes obsolete. So just remember that your people are the reason your business is going to matter so much more in the weeks, months, and years ahead.